Hi guys, I'm new to the world of tree climbing and I wanted to make this video to share the gear that I have. I've only been climbing for maybe 3 weeks and I've been using more simple aspects of gear and rope techniques up to this point. I tried to modify some different things to make 2-into-1s using carabiners instead of pulleys, but it would always bind up and whatnot, so I was finally able to invest in what you see here, which is a hitch climber pulley and an eye-to-eye and a pressic from some of my previous gear. This helps to tend this pressic when I pull up on the rope. And I have eye-to-eyes and pulleys on my 2-into-1 lanyard. So first off, I want to talk about the harness that I have. It's an Onyx. I don't know the brand, but I like this harness a lot because the leg straps are wide and thin, and the width really helps to stabilize you and hold you underneath your body. And how thin they are, they can be thin because they're wide, but it helps to not pinch your legs in between your legs when you're going from your D's to your rope when you're sitting up. It can be very uncomfortable, I've learned from using my Sequoia. I like the Sequoia, but as far as the pads, it's not very comfortable. One thing I don't like about the Onyx is there's not much room for gear. Like, it's not as organized and user-friendly on the sides, especially with these gear carabiners. They're so far back, and there's no better place to put them. But other than that, I really like this harness, so I will get used to that. So going to my climbing rope, right now I just climb DDRT, which is double rope technique, and someday I'll do single rope. I will be able to do single rope technique with the hitch climber pulley here. I would just have to get a foot ascender and a hand ascender and attach my other foot that doesn't have the foot ascender to my hand ascender, and that will work great, especially with the hand ascender on this pressic pulling it up. So anyway, what we have here, this is something I saw on a video on YouTube, how instead of connecting this side directly to your bridge, I have a swivel on my bridge here. I find that really helps for maneuvering in the tree. But you run the rope through the eye here and have the carabiner directly connected to the pulley. That way, if I was to be in the tree right now, this pulley would be at my chest, and if I wanted to ascend, I would have to be pulling down on this rope basically from my hips down. But with it set up like this, I'm able to pull on this side of the rope, and that just made the pulley go up the rope. So now this would be more towards my head or above my head, and I can use both hands. And if I'd have to adjust this pressic here, so that way when I pull on this rope now, that pulley pulls up, the pressic pulls up the pulley and tends it for me. So I don't have to tend this pressic up, because that one pulls that one up. So it's really great. And then when I get to where I need to be, you pull this pressic down here, and then you adjust this rope back to where you want it to be. So now it's back to being at your chest. It's an awesome idea that I really liked seeing. And then go to my 2-into-1 lanyard. It's a 3/4 inch steel core lanyard with, unfortunately, it has steel clips on the end. I wish they were aluminum. These are really heavy, but I guess heaviness helps for throwing it in the tree. Anyway, it's 15 feet long, and it's great for using, tying into one limb and then unclipping the other one and throwing it to the other limb. You can either tie it like this if you're able to reach it and undo it, or typically you want to throw it, clip it onto one D, hip D, throw it around the limb and connect it to your other hip D here. But just for demonstration purposes, I have each end of my lanyard connected to different sides with the extra at my feet. So I was using a technique. I wouldn't call it a technique, but I was using 2 of these on each side, and I had a carabiner that went from the hole to this to see if it would tend slack, and it sort of would, but it would bind up quite a bit. So using the eye-to-eye and the pulley is so much better of a system. and I'm really looking forward to being in a tree the next time to use all this setup. So I hope this video helped and you were able to see some of the different options that you can do if you're getting into climbing. And any criticisms or advice that you have, please share in the comments. Thank you.